A couple of teenagers are making out on the couch. When the girl's mother arrives and pulls the girl's hair, the girl asks her what she is doing. The mother says that this should not be done at her house because it is a respectable house and that the two are not respecting her house, and threatens to tell everything to the girl's father. At that moment, the girl's father arrives, telling the girl to remain silent in an ignorant way, and says that he has already packed her suitcase and that she should take her things and leave. The girl says that she has nowhere else to go, but the father yells at she, telling her to go away. And he tells her to go stay with her boyfriend because she says he's everything to her, and that she says she's already an adult and has to take care of her even on the street, to take care of herself since she doesn't need her parents. The father tells her to work, clean the kitchen, the house and everything else that her mother does at home, and that from today onwards, when she has independence, now she will do it at her house. The girl tries to talk more. The mother says that now she's out of business, and the boyfriend tries to talk, and the mother tells him to be silent because he's talking to her daughter. And that she can't handle it because she can handle being in a relationship with a poor man like the guy, and says that she warned him that there was a limit and that she has already passed, and that this decision is hers and her father's. She tries to ask, but the mother replies that now she is the owner of her own nose. So the girl agrees and says that now she will stay with the boy who is on the couch and they will live together. The girl's father says that from that moment on, never see him again. And that right now he's going to a meeting, and when it's over and he comes back to the room and finds either of them in that place, he's not going to answer for himself, and so he leaves. The mother then tells the two that they better go because the girl's father is serious, and then she turns her back and leaves. When the girl was about to call the boy to leave, he takes her by the arm and makes her sit on the couch. So she asks what they're going to do now, and the guy says he doesn't know, but they won't be able to date anymore. So she asks why, and he says that what's the use if she was disowned by her parents and he won't have any advantage, and she asks if it's serious because his mother likes her a lot. And then he smiling says that his mother didn't like her but her money too. And that unfortunately he has to go, and she turns around with her parents. The girl gets thoughtful and he gets up and leaves complaining. She tries to call him and he asks her not to talk to him anymore and asks her to forget him. The sad girl then gets up, takes her bag and leaves dejectedly for the street. On the street she begins to regret what she did, and complains that she is hungry and gives in. She says that she got herself into a very bad situation, because she has nowhere to go and nowhere to stay, and she has to find a way to solve her life, and then she lowers her head thoughtfully. At her parents' house, the mother talks to her husband saying that she is worried about the girl, and the father says that it is her problem and she wanted this life. The mother then asks that she didn't really want that, and starts to think with her husband, how is she doing and how is her life going? The husband says he doesn't want to know and that it's not his problem. The mother says that the problem is theirs too because she is the girl's mother and she is worried, and she said here because she supported it because it is her husband and she supported him. The husband asks if she is going to start playing behind his back, and the woman says that it is simply because the two are responsible for her and mother. Suddenly they start knocking on the door, and to the surprise it's their daughter. The girl's father already began to complain and asked what this is. The girl then says she has nowhere to go, and the father says it's her problem. The father starts to lose control, telling her to turn around, and the girl's mother asks him to calm down, taking the glass of wine from his hand. The mother then tells the girl that they warned her. The girl says that she is sorry, but the mother says that they said many times that that boy was no good and that she always praised her mother-in-law and now she didn't help. The girl says that her ex-boyfriend doesn't want her in their house, and at that moment the father laughs. And she says that she doesn't want to listen to anything else. The mother then says that they will listen and sits down next to the girl. The mother says that the father is right and that she is going to help her, and they got tired of telling her that he was no good and ended up answering the parents ignorantly. The girl says that she hesitated and her father confirms and says that she got it from her mother, that's why it's like that. At that moment the mother said no and that she got it from the father because she thought she was smart. The mother says she doesn't know anything but she's going to help her. The girl says that her father will be sad for her and her mother replies that yes, and that she cannot force her father to forgive her. The father sits down and says he will let the girl stay in the house, but he will not forgive her for what she has done and it will take a long time to forgive, and he gets up and leaves. In this, the mother and the daughter are very sad and regretful. Plus the mother on the couch, the mother asks her to hug him later and ask him for forgiveness and tell him that she loves him and everything will be fine. Later in the kitchen, the mother asks if her daughter is okay, and she replies that she is feeling strange. The mother asks what she is feeling. When she was going to speak, she got up and went to the bathroom. The father asks what happened and the mother says she doesn't know and says it could be what she ate the day before. She asks what he's doing and how long he's going to take. He replies that he's doing a report and that it'll be over in a few minutes. And at that moment the girl comes out of the bathroom. The girl is very sick and the mother offers the girl a banana and she does not accept it. She says she's a little sick and mentions the smell and then again runs back to the bathroom. The father said if she continues he will have to take her to the doctor. The mother says she doesn't need to take it to the doctor and he asks why, and she tells him to prepare the heart. He has doubts. And she tells him to remember the two of them when they were younger. And then she gets up and goes to see what's going on. And the father is suspicious. In the bedroom, the mother arrives with a pregnancy test and tries to wake her daughter. The daughter wakes up and asks if she can't sleep, but the mother says that she bought the test and that she should go to the bathroom and take the test. She asks if it's a joke and the mother says no and says she's just feeling sick, and the mother disagrees again and says she knows her and she's very suspicious. The girl gets up and goes to do the test complaining. And the mother stays in the room folding the sheet complaining that this is not normal, and that she is almost sure and that she knows and that she is waiting for the confusion that this will cause. The girl comes back from the bathroom with her head down, and the mother is premeditating what will happen and the problems that this will cause. The girl calls her mother and shows her the test. The mother sees and stares at her daughter saying that she had warned her. And she asks if she is satisfied with the result of the big mess she made, and that they took her back, and that happens. and she's outraged why she can't talk to her own mother. The mother gets stressed with the girl saying that she has many methods to avoid pregnancy. And at that moment the girl's father arrives asking what is going on. They remain silent. He asks what happened, and takes the pregnancy test and is stunned, and the mother congratulates him on being a grandfather. The astonished father says it's a joke, and the mother says it's not a joke and it's serious. The girl's mother starts talking to him to remember the symptoms she was having. He is very surprised and asks what she was doing with her life, and the girl says that she doesn't know how it happened, and her mother says that she does know how it happened. The father, screaming, says that she ended her life. The mother says that she had a future, and what is she going to do with her life now, because she is going to take care of a child, and it will be a child taking care of another child, and the girl is very sad about the situation. The father screams in stress that she had to study and not get involved in this nonsense. The mother says it happened, but the father screams again. She asks her husband to calm down, and he says he won't stay calm and won't care about the matter, but his wife disagrees because he's going to be their grandson. He starts screaming that he doesn't care, hands over the test, and says that when the child is born he knows what he's going to know, and there's no dialogue. And he says he's not going to be a grandfather, and that he doesn't want his daughter at the age she is at a son. So he tells the girl that she has dishonored her family. The mother says that her father is right and that it is to prepare for the comments in the family, because he has always raised her with decency and without talking to her, and that he has several methods to avoid and become pregnant at the age she is, and of an irresponsible man. The girl asks what to do, and the father says that when he is born he will give her up for adoption. The girl keeps crying, saying that he cannot give her the child, and the mother says that it is a process and that they will pray and ask God to change her father's heart and that everything will be fine, and asks the girl to calm down. Past 9 months. The girl arrives in a car already with her daughter in hand, and her mother helps her to get out of the car with the utmost care. When she closes the door, her father asks for the child. The girl pulls back and says please, and he asks what happened. He takes the child from the girl's hands, and says that the adoptive parents are already inside the house. The wife asks him to look at the girl, and he refuses, and when he was leaving the girl asks please, and the wife asks him to look at the girl, and he says no. And he is going to adopt this child, but the wife insists and says that it looks like him. At that moment he stops, observes, and begins to see the child. At that moment he begins to look at the baby and think. And then he gets emotional, saying it looks like it. So he decides not to adopt the child. And they get really excited about the child. And at that moment the child's father appears. And he asks if this is his daughter, and the girl replies that the daughter was hers, and then he says that she is his daughter too. The girl's father asks what he is doing in that place, and the girl says that he abandoned her and her daughter, and that the daughter was hers, and tells him to leave that place. The girl's father tells the man to go away and that he doesn't want to see him again in life and sends him away again. The man tries to tell her that he loves her and that the daughter was his too, and they send him away because it's better for him. The man turns and walks away.